Olivia is an 8-year-old girl who was admitted to the IW gate 2 days ago following her soccer game. She began experiencing shortness of breath and having tightness in her chest, so her mother drove her to the emergency department. Her vitals demonstrated decreased oxygen stat, increased respiratory rate, and heart rate, with other vitals in normal range. Wheezing sounds were noted upon auscultation, and after completion of tests and diagnostics, she was later diagnosed with asthma. It is now 3 days later, and Olivia and her mom require teaching about how to manage her asthma before discharge.
Hello Olivia, my name's Jenna.
And I'm Morgan.
Hi. And we're going to be your nurses today.
Okay.
So Olivia, did you have any parents here with you today?
My mom was here, but she went to pick my brother up from school.
Okay. Well, I'm sure she'll be back soon, but while we wait for her, is it okay if we go over a couple of things with you?
Sure.
All right. So Jenna's just going to grab your temperature and your blood pressure, if that's okay.
Okay.
Perfect. And now I'm going to take your blood pressure, so you're going to feel a little hug around your arm, okay?
Okay.
So Olivia, I hear from looking at your chart that you've had a rough past couple of days.
Yeah, I've been really tired, and I just want to go home and see all my friends.
Okay. Well, we want you to go home too, but we just want to make sure that you know everything you need so you don't end up back in the hospital again.
Yeah, I really want to play soccer again.
Oh, do you like soccer?
Yeah.
Yeah. What team do you play on?
Cole Harbor team.
Oh, okay. I'm sure you're really good at it. So, Olivia, do you remember when you weren't feeling well the other day and they took all those tests?
Yeah.
Well, those tests came back and they said you have something called asthma.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of asthma?
I think I've heard of it. I think one of my friends in my class has it, but I don't really know much about it.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to explain it to you so you can understand it better. So with asthma, what happens is these are your lungs right here. And when you have asthma, sometimes your lungs will swell up and it makes it hard to breathe. When your lungs swell up, they fill with mucus, which is kind of gross, sticky stuff.
Like boogers?
Yes, like boogers. And it makes it hard for you to breathe. So it kind of feels like breathing through a straw if you ever drank through a straw.
Okay.
Does that feeling sound familiar to you?
Yeah.
Does it seem scary? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it seems a little bit scary, but we're going to try and help and teach you ways to help prevent this from happening.
So then I can play soccer again?
Of course.
Yeah.
And once you know everything about asthma, you can go home and I'm sure you'll be able to play soccer as well as you did.
I hope so. I really love soccer.
Yeah, soccer is pretty awesome. Have you ever seen something like an inhaler before? Just going to show you a little, like what they look like. Have you seen one of those before?
This is an inhaler.
Oh, I think my friend Tony has one of those.
Oh, really? Does he ever take it during school?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to teach you how to use your inhaler so you can get your asthma medication.
Okay.
This will help prevent flare-ups of your asthma. Okay. So first, this is your aero chamber, and this is what you breathe through to take the medication. So Olivia, I see you have a friend here with you today. Does he have a name?
This is Bob.
Oh.
He's my best friend.
Does he play soccer too?
No, he comes to watch though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Olivia, I'm going to teach you how to use your inhaler.
Okay.
Maybe we could demonstrate on Bob before you so it doesn't seem so scary.
Sure.
All right. So when you use your inhaler, we're going to get Bob to stand up. So now Bob is going to shake his inhaler a couple of times before he uses it. Now, I'm going to get him to remove the cap, and you want to plug it into this thing right here. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So now you open the cap right here so you can put your lips around it, and I want Bob to take a big deep breath out before he inhales his medication.
Okay.
So now Bob's going to place his lips around the inhaler and he's going to make sure no air can get in. And now he's going to press down on this and it'll squirt. I'm not going to get Bob wet though. And when that happens, Bob is going to take a deep breath in for 3 to 4 seconds. And if Bob hears a whistle, he knows that he's breathing too fast. So after Bob has inhaled his medication, he's going to hold it for the count of 10. Can you count to 10 for me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Awesome. So now Bob's all done. And when Bob uses his inhaler regularly, he'll have to remember that after he uses this, he has to wash his mouth out with water, brush his teeth so he doesn't get any infections in his mouth.
Okay.
Does that make sense, Olivia?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to maybe try using the inhaler?
Sure. Okay. So I shake it.
I think you forgot a step.
To stand up?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I take the cap off.
Mm-hmm.
And put it in here. And then I take a big breath out.
Good. No whistle sound.
There. Did I do it okay?
Yay.
Great
Yay.
job.
Then I'll just have some water.
So Olivia, do you ever feel that some things make it harder for you to breathe?
Sometimes when I play soccer and when I'm around my nan's cat.
All right. And I'm sure your friend Tony has to use his inhaler whenever he plays soccer.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Okay. So these things that make it hard for you to breathe, these are called asthma triggers. And things that can trigger your asthma are, in your instance, exercise and your nan's cat. But some things like cold air and pollen can even trigger your asthma too. So when you're around these triggers, you might have to use your inhaler more often.
So since I have an inhaler now, does that mean I will never have to come back here again?
So it doesn't mean that you won't ever have to come back. However, there is another thing that will help with your asthma called a peak flow meter. And when using this, it may tell you that you have to come back. And this is what a peak flow meter looks like.
What is that?
So what I mean by a peak flow meter is what it does is it helps you pick up when you might have to go back to the hospital and how much medication you may need to take. You should use this peak flow meter when you get home twice a day.
Okay.
Okay. So I see you still have your stuffed animal there with you. Did you want to do another demonstration on him? So you can see how you're supposed to use it? Okay. So first what you're going to do, so there's a little red dial here, so you're going to move this all the way down to the bottom before you even use it, okay?
Okay.
And then you're going to have to stand up again. So we're going to get him to stand up. And you're going to take a deep breath in. And then you're going to put this in your mouth after you take your deep breath in. And you're going to make sure you don't stick your tongue in the little hole there, or else that might cause a false result. And then you're going to take all the air that you just breathed in and blow it out very fast and hard, okay? And then when that happens, this little indicator is going to move up a little, and it's going to give you a reading, okay?
Okay.
Did you want to give it a try maybe?
Sure.
So you're going to do this 3 times, okay?
Okay. So I move this down,
Yep.
and then I take a deep breath in. I got 238.
Okay, so you're going to do it 3 times.
Okay. Deep breath in. And I got 242.
All right. So you can take a seat down again. So what you want your number closest to is 254 because of your height, okay?
Okay.
So what were the numbers that you got again?
I got 238, 242, and then the third time I got 248.
Okay, so you want the one that was closest to 254. So which one would that be? So that would be
third time.
Yeah, the 248 exactly. All right, so now that you have your score, we're going to talk about something called an asthma action plan, okay?
Okay.
So this is what I want you to think about when you think of an asthma action plan. I want you to think of a traffic light with the green, yellow, and red circles, okay?
Okay.
So to be in the green zone, which is also known as the all clear zone, the number you get in your peak flow meter should be between 203 to 254, okay? And when you're in the zone, you shouldn't have any symptoms. Like now, you don't have any symptoms, right? So as you see, your number was 248, your best one, right?
Mm.
So that means you're in this green zone right now.
Yay.
So since you're in this green zone, what's going to happen is you're going to follow your medication regimen, which is having 2 puffs of your Flovent, and then you're going to have 1 chewable singular tablet at night and your 2 puffs of Flovent also at night. And this is what you're going to do every day if your peak flow reading measures in the green zone, okay?
Okay.
So now if you're in the yellow zone, so maybe you're feeling a little short of breath, or you might be having a little bit more coughing than usual, and you're having some maybe tightness in the chest like you were before, in your peak flow meter maybe between 127 or 203, this means that you're in the yellow zone. So this is known as the caution zone. And your asthma is not as well controlled right now. So if you're in this zone, you may need to start taking a different medication. So we're going to take a look back at this. So if you're in the yellow zone, you might have to take a different medication called albuterol, and you're going to want to take 2 puffs of this. But you're also going to want to continue to take all these the medications that you would if you were in the green zone. But you're just going to add the 2 puffs of albuterol. And you may have to take this every 4 hours too if you need to. And then if you're in the red zone, so this is when you're having super hard time breathing, and you may be having a persistent cough, and you may even have trouble walking or talking or anything like that. You might also have a reading of less than 127. So this is known as the medical alert zone. So if you become in this zone, we're going to take a look back at this, then you're going to want to take your albuterol again with the 2 puffs. However, you're going to want to call a doctor or 911 and go to a hospital because this is an emergency situation, okay?
Okay, so green means I'm okay.
Yeah.
And
green's perfect zone.
yellow might happen if I play soccer.
Yeah, it might get a little in that zone.
Okay, and then red, I have to come back here.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I meant by when I said if you might have to come back based on your asthma action plan, right?
Okay. Wow, that seems like a lot to remember. I don't know if I'll be able to remember all of that.
Well, you don't have to remember all of it because we're going to send you and your mother home with your asthma action plan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm sure your mom will be very good at helping you with your asthma.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Olivia, we're really proud of how well you did today, and we'll be back to check on you in a bit. Is there anything you need before we go?
Maybe some Jell-O.
Okay, we'll go get that for you.
Okay, thank you.
I can't wait to go home with my asthma action plan.